9000. Text the show on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. Live from the Buffalo Wild Wings studios, here's Mike Steely and Parker Thune.
All right, welcome into Tuesday, everybody. I hope your Tuesday is going along just fine so far. I am the man of steel, one of America's favorite regional radio stars, as far as you know, and the one and only Parker Thune, the young whippersnapper, is here with us. How we doing today? Everything good?
You asking me or are you asking the people?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I'm doing great.
And the people. The people want to chime in. I'm asking our man Blake Gamble as well. He says thumbs up. He looks good.
Yeah. Hey, I get to go out to football practice this afternoon.
Media
I'm thriving.
Availability. Do we know who's available?
We do not. We never do until we show up.
Yeah, there you go.
We've been told that maybe Brent Venables will be available. We'll see.
How about that? There you go. How about yesterday, ladies and gentlemen? The Sooner women's basketball team just absolutely blew the doors off Iowa. Great crowd, great environment. They were fantastic, the folks who showed up yesterday at the LNC. Iowa got out to an early 10-4 lead in the game. You're thinking, all right, it's going to be interesting. And then they got outscored 92-52 the rest of the way. 96-62, Jenny B and company won it. 6 players in double figures. Skylar Van 17, Peyton Burr-Hull 16, 13 for Sahara Williams. Let's see, you had 11 each for Reagan Beers and Liz Scott, 10 for Zaya Van. And the Sooner women advance to the Sweet 16, where they will play second-seeded UConn in Spokane, Washington, coming up Saturday, 4:30 on ESPN. The winner of that game gets the winner of USC and K-State in the regional final. Of course, you probably saw that Juju Watkins tore her ACL last night, and SC's victory over Mississippi State's going to be done for the year. So if the Sooners can beat Connecticut, which will be a task, with Paige Beckers being one of the best players in college basketball, and they only have 3 losses in the year. But Oklahoma played really good basketball, tremendous basketball yesterday, and that was a lot of fun to watch. So what else do we have happening today? We have Sooner baseball up in Tulsa against Oral Roberts. That's going to be a 6 o'clock start. Jacob Golston on the mound for Oklahoma. Skip and company now 20-3. 6 o'clock start, 5:30 pregame. And ORU is 15-8. Again, Skip and the Sooners are 20-3. ORU tonight before they go to Tuscaloosa for a 3-game set with Alabama coming up this weekend. Sooners softball, 29-1 at Wichita State tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. And then they will be in Knoxville to play Tennessee coming up this weekend. And we have the Oklahoma City Thunder back in action tonight, taking on the Sacramento Kings, 9 o'clock. That game's on TNT and True TV. So J-Dub out with a hip issue. Chet is questionable with a hip issue. And Ousmane Dieng will not play with a calf injury. So Oklahoma City and Sacramento, a little late basketball tonight at 9 o'clock. But let's start yesterday at the Lloyd Noble Center, and we'll hear from Jenny Baranchek, whose team played some great basketball yesterday, no doubt. Here's Jenny B on the effort yesterday from her Sooners.
I think we played really well, and you could tell we are really, really good when we're balanced like that. When we become the one-hit wonder, and you've heard me say this time and time again, we're not nearly as efficient or as good. And even, especially the 3-ball wasn't really falling, especially in that first half. And we still kind of kept going to that. But I thought when we can have balance and we have different players stepping up and do a lot of different things, that it's hard to guard. We know that that's hard to guard when you're guarding other teams. But I think we played really, really well today because, make no mistake, they're a very good basketball team.
Jenny Baranchek has done an unbelievable job. No doubt about it. Finally getting to the Sweet 16, so that monkey's off the back of Jenny B in the program. Great job by Oklahoma yesterday, no doubt about it. They just completely blew the doors off Iowa in front of a great crowd at the Lloyd Noble Center. Let's hear from Skylar Van and Sahara Williams talking about, that crowd yesterday was a huge factor.
I mean, Sooner Nation came out, and we could not thank them more. Jenny was talking about in the locker room from the first year we hosted to now. It's insane to see. So my 4 years playing Jenny, 5 years here, just seeing the crowd grow and grow. Jenny promised that our first year that we're going to get this crowd going, and my senior year we did, and I couldn't thank Sooner Nation more. they helped us, no doubt, get that win today.
I think they definitely helped us carry that energy through all 40 minutes. They showed out. I don't think you can put it in any better words, and we really needed that, and I thought we played for them and we played for each other, and it just turned out the way we wanted to today.
Fantastic day at the Lloyd Noble Center yesterday, and again, Oklahoma awaits a matchup in the Sweet 16, 4:30 Saturday on ESPN in Spokane, Washington, against the second-seeded UConn Huskies. You know, at one time, there was a rumor out there, some people think more than a rumor, that Gino Auriemma was considered for the Oklahoma men's job. I think
how long ago was this?
I think that was after Kelvin left. It was after Kelvin left. Can you imagine that?
Gino Auriemma, OU men's basketball coach?
That was the word. Some people think more than a rumor that they talked to him or he had some interest in it. There may have been a conversation. Would have been strange, but he's been fantastic, obviously, at UConn. So we'll see. Saturday afternoon should be a fun ball game. If Oklahoma plays like that, they certainly have a chance. Do we have the okay, cheesy Steely coming through here.
No.
Do we have the efficiency numbers on the OU offense? Jenny B's off.
That was cheesy Steely.
I'm going to look you in the camera on YouTube and apologize right now. I'm sorry, but I had to do it.
It won't be the last time
We're
that happens
testing
there.
out the YouTube filter. It's only 7 seconds. What about this one, though, ladies and gentlemen? What about this one right here? There could be some big news coming up for OU women's basketball at 1 o'clock. Didn't realize you were going to get some Donnie Iris today, did you? Yeah, we just played some Donnie Iris. Aliyah Chavez today, 1 o'clock, live on ESPN. How are you feeling, Parker Thune?
You know what, Steely?
25% chance?
I'm really looking forward to this. For one thing, I am not, nor do I claim to be, a women's basketball insider. So I haven't been burdened with covering every step of this whole saga. And as I understand, it has been a saga. Secondly, there's like some legit intrigue surrounding this decision, as I understand it. I've talked to a lot of people about this, a lot of much more knowledgeable people than me over the last 24 hours. What's crazy is, you know, you have OU, Texas, and Texas Tech that have kind of been considered for the longest time now the top three for Aliyah Chavez. I know people who are staunchly saying it's Oklahoma. I know people who are staunchly saying it's Texas Tech. And I know people who are staunchly saying it's UT. Not partisan people either. In fact, I've talked to OU people who think it's Tech. I've talked to UT people who think it's OU. It's just all like whoever is running the circus in Aliyah Chavez's recruitment has just done a fantastic job of keeping the waters muddied.
1 o'clock today, we'll be watching, and we'll have that announcement for you. We were considering running it live, but you never know. They say 1 o'clock, and it could be 1:15 or something. But as soon as we get the announcement, we'll be watching, and we'll pass that information, of course, along to you guys and ladies. 405-651-3439, Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. That's 405-651-3439. And on YouTube, you can find us. Just go to YouTube, search KREF Sports, and you'll see our logo there. Once you go to our homepage, it'll have the little red circle around it indicating we're live. Click on that, we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the first time I've used Donnie Iris on the sports radio show, ever. Kind of had that latter-day Buddy Holly look about him. Had the Buddy Holly glasses. He had one other hit. Can't remember what the other one was. Nobody cares, of course, but now it's bothering me. Got to find out. All right, so Parker, tomorrow, also speaking of recruiting, Caden Jones announcement coming down tomorrow. We'll have TJ Eckert coming up at 1:20 today. Get a little insight there. What are you thinking?
I don't think it's going to be Oklahoma for Caden Jones. I don't know who it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to be Oklahoma.
Is that Oklahoma's decision or Caden Jones' decision?
I think, as I understand it, just a mutual understanding that the two parties are better suited to pursue other options.
Okay. Well, Keewan was a heck of a player at OU. We'll
Yes,
see what
he was.
Caden has to say coming up tomorrow. And I think Pop tweeted out that they were carrying that live tomorrow. So Big announcement from Jinx running back Hayden Jones. So, and the other question is, when the heck are the Sooners ever going to get another commitment in the 2026 class?
You starting to get restless?
It's Jaden O'Neal, it's Daniel Odom, it's Ryder Mix, it's Will Conroy, and it's been that way forever.
2 months. It's been 2 months.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
You don't typically see a ton of commitments in February and March. It's just the nature of the beast.
Okay.
April's probably where things get rolling again for Oklahoma.
There you go. All right, 405-651-3439, Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. We can hit some early text if you want to.
Frisco Sooner, regarding Aaliyah Chavez, says, man, I think I would be scared of the hometown Texas Tech the most. Would not be shocked at all to see Cody Campbell and company fire out some major bags in between commitment and signing. I don't think for 1 minute today is the end of her recruitment, but it would be nice, though. I saw some highlights of her a couple months back and couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'll tell you this, man. I watched a bunch of Aaliyah Chavez highlights yesterday. She's like the female version of Steph Curry, Steely. Legit. And I'll say
Really?
this, like, in my lifetime, I don't know that there has, like, the whole GOAT conversation is just not even worth having because it never ends. But I will say, in my lifetime, I don't know that there has been an athlete that's been as much fun to watch in their prime than Steph Curry.
He's changed the game. There's no doubt about it. I mean, are we shooting too many threes in the NBA right now? Probably the answer is yes. But most of that is due to Steph Curry and analytics. Steph Curry really is the analytics, right? But, yeah, definitely changed the game. Definitely changed the game. So we'll see what happens with Aaliyah Torres coming up today again at 1 o'clock.
Aaliyah Chavez.
Aaliyah, what did I say? Torres? Chavez, my bad. Yeah, you've got to make sure the old man stays on track. Thank you. It's like I go to a room these days. Well, what did I walk in this room for? I forgot. Not good. Not a good sign.
A&P Mechanic on the text line says, Mr. Steely. Oh, did he just address you as Mr. Steely? That might be a first on the text line.
A&P Mechanic, you can just call me Mike.
Mr. Steely, I have been a fan of yours since those TV days. Seeing Uncle on TV back then is still burned into my brain. Extremely underrated bit to make people laugh. Keep up the great work. Uncle was on TV?
He made one TV appearance. I think it's the video has been lost, though.
Really?
Yes. He kind of looked like – did you ever see the Three Stooges?
No, I never saw the Three Stooges.
I would say he looked like Moe from the Three Stooges with gray hair. That's how I would describe him. He nobody knows where he really goes in the offseason. But, yeah, he made one TV appearance on Fox a long time ago. A long time ago. So, there you go. All right, 405-651-3439. Topher B, excited about Chavez Day. Les Wilson, our man up in Kansas, is up there on YouTube. And James, Steely play I'm All Right by Kenny Loggins, and you know why. They're trying to bring back, somebody was trying to bring back on social media for the NCAA theme song, not One Shining Moment at the end, but the new theme music should be This Is It by Kenny Loggins, which was the NBC Final Four championship music back in the 70s. I don't think that's going to happen, though. But you can find that on Yacht Rock, Channel 311 on Sirius XM Radio, which we don't recommend you listen to during the day, only after we're off the air.
LaDonna from Lubbock has an Aaliyah Chavez take.
Okay.
LaDonna from Lubbock says, Chavez picks OU to get out of Lubbock, but Norman to stay close-ish to home.
LaDonna and her husband have done a great job. Did you ever see the series The Americans?
No, I never did.
It's really good. I can't remember what it's on. Is it on Hulu? But Carrie Russell, I forget the actor who played her husband. They were both Russian spies operating in the U.S. Now, of course, I'm not in favor of the commies, like some people are in our government right now. But it was a good series. You'll like it. The Americans. It's got like 6 seasons. You'll really like it. Check it out. But LaDonna and her husband spying for Sooner Nation there in Lubbock. They've done great work.
You going to be there at the announcement, LaDonna? You going to have our live coverage? Boots on the ground?
LaDonna, you can do it. Last minute. Get in there and influence her towards Norman. This dude, Cody Campbell's becoming a problem, isn't he?
He really is?
I mean, jeez. Why would anybody want success for the Sand Aggies outside of Lubbock, Texas?
That's
the
whole thing, Steely. I don't think
rent,
they need.
Yeah, low rent junior college school in the tiny 12. I can still hear the "Go Raiders, Go Raiders." You know, J.D. Runnels interview. I wasn't there in Lubbock, but somebody should have killed that man that day. Just found him and beaten him to a pulp. Maybe not, minor injuries, but it was the whole interview. So
we went from should have beaten him to a pulp and killed him to minor injuries.
Well, it sounded
Steely's
a little
getting
extreme.
Soft in his old age.
So anyway, there you go. All right, 405-651-3439, Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. We're underway. By the way, Lasher Home Comfort Systems, of course, brings us hour number 1 here on Steelman and Thune each and every day, 405-579-3113 for Lasher Home Comfort Systems. Great Sooner, Tim Lasher, great company, Lasher Home Comfort Systems. Let's come back, talk a little Sooner football next, right here on the Ref.
Dusty Dvorak here. Do you eat, sleep, and breathe football? KREF is the only place for the most comprehensive daily analysis of Sooner and college football. We are the football experts. We're the home of Sooner fans. Download the KREF app and listen from anywhere.
Hi, folks. This is Larry Knippelmeyer here at Knippelmeyer Chevrolet in Blanchard, USA. Conveniently located just 15 minutes south of Oklahoma City and 10 minutes west of Norman. With all the talk of inflation, market crashes, and tariffs, it's no wonder we're all afraid to make that new vehicle purchase. Now, with that being said, there will probably never be a better time to purchase your new Chevrolet at Knippelmeyer Chevrolet. No price increase or tariffs on our huge selection of in-stock vehicles. Pickups, SUVs, cars, and even Corvettes, all marked down and ready to sell. Interest rates are good, used vehicle trade-ins are high, and rebates and incentives are back on most new Chevrolets. So hop in that old vehicle and come see us at Knippelmeyer Chevrolet in Blanchard, where nobody beats our deal. Or give us a call at 405-485-3333 or catch us on the web at knippelmeyer.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
It's time for your certified most accurate forecast from KOCO5 First Alert Weather. Brought to you by Cavens Group. Do you have a water emergency? Give Cavens a call at 405-573-3048.
From the First Alert Weather Center, this is meteorologist Jonathan Condor with your KOCO 5 News weather forecast. Pretty quiet out the door this morning, but then this afternoon looking pretty nice. We'll see a mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky, an east wind only 5 to 10 miles an hour, the high temperature at about 80 degrees. This evening starts off dry, becoming partly cloudy, a light east wind. After midnight, some scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible with a low of 55 degrees by the time you wake up Wednesday morning.
That was your certified most accurate forecast from KOCO5 First Alert Weather, brought to you by Cavens. Did you have a water emergency that you fear might turn into mold? Give Cavens Group a call at 405-573-3048 or visit cavensgroup.com today.
Oklahoma baseball single game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a packed 31-game home schedule this spring at L. Dale Mitchell Park. Seats start at just $10 per game, with exciting promotions like $2 Tuesdays, Firework Fridays, and Sunday Fun Day for Conference Series. Guaranteed fun for the whole family. Check out the game schedule and more information at Soonersports.com. Join us at the ballpark and Boomer Sooner.
Confidence comes from knowing you're getting a great deal. That's why we're offering Confidence Ford employee pricing for everyone. The same exclusive prices our team enjoys, with fantastic savings on new 2023 and 2024 models in stock. Now is the perfect time to drive home in a brand new Ford. Visit us online or come see us in person, conveniently located at 825 North Interstate Drive. Confidence Ford of Norman, a Cavender Auto family dealership, where confidence is Cavender. Tired of feeling pressured by salespeople when shopping for auto insurance? At Right Way Insurance, there's no hard sell, just a clear, straightforward approach. We work with multiple insurance companies to give you the best options and rates with no gimmicks. You'll get the right coverage tailored to your needs, all while avoiding hidden fees and confusing policies. So if you're ready for a better experience with auto insurance, visit rightwayinsuranceok.com or call 405-607-6014 for your free quote today. Right Way Insurance, no pressure, just the right insurance for you.
The world is full of anchors, meant to keep you in place. But the good news is that it's also full of things that remind you not to let them. So every time you raise a Pacifico, let it be a reminder to live life anchors up.
Welcome back, everybody. Good to have you with us. If you get in trouble, ladies and gentlemen, there's one place you need to call: Daylight Bail Bonds. If I ever go ballistic, that's who I'm calling.
You ever needed a bail bond?
I have not. 580-768-1506 is the number to call, or visit daylightbailbonds.com when things seem the darkest. Let Daylight Bail Bonds help you or your loved ones see daylight today. Much more highly recommended than Chico's Bail Bonds, also, who sponsored the Bad News Bears back in the day. All right, 405-651-3439. Stanford fired their football coach, Troy Taylor, who is under investigation. The new GM at Stanford is Andrew Luck. And apparently, I'm reading this ESPN report, his had several complaints that were alleged that Taylor showed aggressive and hostile behavior toward colleagues, most of whom were women. That will probably get your ass fired, would be my guess. We just had an earthquake in here. Did you see that? Blake hit the table there, but it looked like an earthquake.
Oh, that wasn't the after effects from out on the San Andreas Fault with Troy Taylor's firing?
Maybe. You never know. All right, let's talk a little Sooner football. Gabe and Teddy were on Sooner Sports the other day talking about the offense, Ben Arbuckle. People are excited. And, you know, we hear air raid, and you think, man, they're going to throw the football all around the yard. And they will throw the football quite a bit, but both Teddy and Gabe said they think this will be actually a fairly balanced offense.
Arbuckle, you see this oftentimes with air raid background guys. They get labeled as pass only, right? They're just going to throw it around. You see those rushing statistics incredibly balanced. And a lot of that came from Mateer himself. But still, I love the concepts. You mentioned the gap scheme stuff, and you go back and watch Washington State, outside zone. I really like their short yardage package. They're under center. You got a guy in the eye or offset eye.
Two tight ends and a fullback with a quarterback under center.
Yeah, wow.
Running G lead.
Wow. A bunch of different personnel groupings, and that's something that I like. And I don't know. I love the balance of it. Again, the marriage of the physical run game and the air raid spread passing concepts has a chance to be really good.
There you go. I like hearing that. Not that the Sooners didn't try and run the football a year ago. The O-line was a problem, for much of the year, particularly when you didn't have a lot of really dangerous wideout threats available last year. But I like the sound of that. Jaron Kanak, what do we know? We know very little right now, but do you think what's your gut feeling on that situation? Will he make some plays for the OU offense?
I think he'll make some plays. Yes. How many plays? I don't have a clue. I think it's way too early. It is not too early to come to the conclusion that Jaron Kanak is going to have some type of role. He's simply too athletic not to see the field in some capacity for Oklahoma at tight end. Does he catch more than 10 passes? I don't have a clue. There's a lot more football to be played on the practice field between now and when the Sooners open the 2025 regular season at the end of August. By the way, did you see, you brought up at the beginning of the segment, of course, that Stanford fired Troy Taylor. Did you see who fired Troy Taylor?
Was it Andrew Luck?
Andrew Luck.
Yes, he's the GM now.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
That has to be the first recorded instance in college football of a GM firing a head coach. Also, by the way, imagine you're Troy Taylor and you have to walk into Andrew Luck's office to get fired. Imagine you get fired by that guy.
Well, I wonder,
nothing against Andrew Luck, but he's 33, 34 with the scruffy neck beard?
But it's got to be the decision by the president and the AD, right? And they say, Andrew, can you go break the news?
Well, no. In reading the statement, it looks like this is Andrew Luck's decision. I'll read you what he said. Because it's very, very clear from the way he worded it. I took the role of Stanford football general manager with a strong vision for building a new winning era for our football program, yada, yada, yada. Since beginning my role as general manager, I have been thoroughly assessing the entire Stanford football program. It has been clear that certain aspects of the program need change. Additionally, in recent days, there's been significant attention to Stanford investigations in previous years related to Coach Taylor. After continued consideration, it is evident to me that our program needs a reset. In consultation with university leadership, I no longer believe that Coach Taylor is the right coach to lead our football program.
There you go.
Again, I'm not sure how much politics are involved there, but the way it's written makes it look and sound like Andrew Luck was the one that pulled the plug on Troy Taylor, which they kind of had to do. What's going to be really interesting to see now is who do you hire now and how? How do you hire a football coach in March/April?
Good question. Good question.
Paleo and Moore says that's like getting fired by Parker Thune. Yeah, pretty much. Imagine, Steely. Imagine you walk into my office, and I'm the one that leans across the desk and says, listen, old man, we got to put you out to pasture.
Well, one day I
Andrew
expect
Luck.
that. Yeah.
Andrew Luck is the whippersnapper of Stanford football.
I guess so. All right. And again, the allegations of aggressive and what was it? Aggressive and inappropriate behavior. No, it was here it is. Aggressive and hostile behavior exhibited many times toward colleagues, most of whom were women. Jeez. Not good. Is that Drake out there?
What, do you hear murmurs?
Yes. Of course, my headphones are turned up to 11 in here, but I can hear Drake. Somebody tell him we're doing a radio show. It's leaking through. It's supposed to be a soundproof
It looks like Drake,
area.
Grayson Singleton, and Connor Pasby are all having a little chit-chat.
Okay.
By the way, Connor's let the beard go. It's an awesome look. You seen that?
Yeah, it's a pretty good look for him. Pretty good. The Drake is walking around here with his chest pumped out. He's got his new 5-star, and he's walking around like he owns the place, right? He's very confident, Drake Dykin, these days. Did he should put out a Tiger Woods-like tweet. Love is in the air. Please give
respect
us
our privacy.
Laying back on some hammock or something, and when I saw that, I'm like, is that real? I mean, I thought Tiger was a cool dude, but that was like a teenager. Who sent that out? Was that like Charlie's idea? Hey, Dad, you guys lay back on the hammock.
Who took that picture?
And
That's a great question.
I'll get the picture for you. Maybe it was his daughter, Sam. And then we'll put love is in the air. Leave us the hell alone. How's that sound? I mean, that was just totally bizarre. Very bizarre. You and Rebecca never did that, did you?
No, we definitely never posted any hammock photos. nor did I ever use the words "love is in the air" in a caption. She didn't either, to my knowledge.
There was some song, Love is in the air. Da, 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 da. Who did that? Love is in the air. Maybe they should have had that as their background music. I mean, if you were getting engaged or whatever, I get you're probably going to put a photo out there, right? But that was just very bizarre. But I think Drake should do that. Why not?
Because it's cringy?
But Drake's cringy. I mean, that's his natural habitat. Cringy.
Really? Drake, did you hear that?
Natural habitat for Drake is somewhat cringy. You know
Drake,
what I mean?
did you hear that? Steely called you cringy. Naturally cringy. His words.
Artificially cringy would be worse, but naturally, he just comes by.
Now, there are people who are artificially cringy, and those are some of the worst people.
Most of the people on social media,
I'm so
yes.
cringe.
Yeah, those people. Jeez. I'm telling you, people will do anything for attention these days. Anything. By the way, let's do it right now. Should we check in with the YouTube yahoos?
We want to check in
Yeah,
with
let's
you?
see what's up. Just put it on any, ridiculous sports podcast. Check in with the YouTube yahoos.
One of the most underrated and intriguing coordinator hires of the offseason so far, that being Ben Arbuckle, coming over to the Oklahoma Sooners from the Washington State Cougars, a young-minded coach who's ready to get his next jump in his career, and what a great way to come right into the SEC. Brad, we've talked about coordinator hires so far, and a lot of these names have been very well known.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a guy who's a little bit under the radar and yet intriguing.
Yeah.
Steely, should we do the rest of the show like the YouTube yahoos, just no inflection in our voices
Here is
whatsoever?
Arbuckle's resume. He was last at Washington State University. Did you know he didn't plan to go into football coaching? Hit like or subscribe. And he
Too much
had
inflection.
Cameron Ward at Washington State before John Mateer.
Via the text line, Greg in Muskogee says, sounds like that guy is doing his podcast from his bathroom. That is very true. Many of the YouTube yahoos do not pay near enough attention to audio quality.
Of course they don't. We have some people in real journalism, so to speak, that don't pay attention to audio quality either.
Yes, and you have beef with those people, of course.
I have beefs. I have a lot of beef. I have a lot of issues.
Okay.
Where's the beef?
I have a lot of beef. Mike Steely, 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tawdry behavior of
I was
Parker
going to keep.
Thune
I
will
was
not
gonna
be
keep
tolerated.
I was going to keep the bid up for a little while, but that broke me. I have a lot of beef. Those words came out of your mouth.
I'm sorry. I have a lot of issues. How's that?
Chris from Knoxville says, OMG, that guy did the worst version of Chris Collinsworth. Now here's a guy.
That's pretty good, Chris. Pretty good. I think we'll check in with the YouTube yahoos like once a week.
The same YouTube yahoos are different?
Different ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can have a yahoo of the week?
Probably a YouTube yahoo of the week. It won't necessarily be a Friday deal, but I usually find some like, who are these people? And then, oh my gosh,
Listen, here's the thing. You're never going to run short of candidates for YouTube Yahoo of the Week because they are everywhere, man.
Oh, they are. Mommy, I need my own show. Everybody's getting a show. I need mine. I'm just going to fool everybody. Act like an OU insider. Bunch up. Yahoos. So, anyway.
Reno Goat says, I have a lot of beef. You a hoe. Taking advantage of a 60-year-old man's mental lapses, nearly 62,
that's not cool. It was just, no, we're not going to clip that. We're not going to clip that. Not going to clip it.
It's already been clipped. Tyler McComas
probably
cut it in real time.
So anyway.
It's going to be on our next show promo.
Jay, no, don't read Jay's. Don't read Jay's.
Oh, I wasn't planning on reading
good.
Jay's. That's a little risque
That's
for the
a little
air.
risque, Jay, yeah. People ask me, how can you call a couple of those people racist and, or whatever. I'm like, you should see the text line sometimes. Not Jay. He's talking about something else that's tawdry, but anyway. Okay, 405-651-3439 on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. That's 405-651-3439. Let's take a break right here. Come back. Hit that text line. We'll also head to YouTube. We are about 25 minutes away from the Elia Chavez decision coming up at 1 o'clock. Supposedly it's going to be live on ESPN. So we will be watching. Hopefully it's not. Well, either way, it's an evil choice. Either the Sand Aggies or Texas, if it's not Oklahoma, which is not cool. I mean, the Oklahoma choice would be very cool, but the other two, not cool, obviously. All right, where would you rather go, Texas or Lubbock? If you had to pick. They said, nope, you can only pick one. Austin or Lubbock, that's it.
Do you really want to know this answer?
Yeah,
I genuinely do not know if you're going to agree with this or not.
I think
don't know
you're
if
going to pick Lubbock.
I would rather go to Lubbock, yes. If I had to choose between Texas Tech and Texas, I would choose the Sand Aggies.
City or school? Like if they said you can either go attend the University of Texas or Texas Tech, would it be the same decision?
Yeah, same way. Tech over Texas in every facet.
I would probably go Lubbock too, but man, it would be just a horrible choice. Horrible choice. All right, we're going to take a break, come back, and hit more texts and get ready for the Chavez announcement coming up at 1 o'clock today. TJ Eckert at 1:20. Sean says, I'd take community college. Pretty good. We shall return right here on the Ref.
The word is spreading, and the Ref Army is growing. Keep telling your friends and family that there's only one station for true Sooner fans, and that's the Ref Radio Sports Network, and worldwide on the KREF app.
Are you looking to elevate your golf game in 2025? Westwood Golf Course in Norman can help. Now's the time to get your annual memberships, and they're open 7 days a week. The 50th Annual Westwood Invitational is July 4th, 5th, and 6th, so be sure to register early this year. Play after 2 p.m. for just $28 or after 5 p.m. for just $23. You can always book your tee time at westwoodparkgolf.com, and don't forget to visit the Turn Grill inside Westwood, one of the local gyms in Norman.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Schumacher Law Group, when experience matters. Tracy Schumacher is a former prosecutor and former district judge. Whether it's a probate challenge, criminal charges, or contentious divorce proceedings, experience matters. The attorneys at Schumacher Law Group provide compassionate, knowledgeable advice, all while fighting for your best interests. Find Schumacher Law Group online at lawgroupok.com or call 405-701-1882. Hometown lawyers ready to fight for you when experience matters.
What are you waiting for? If you're anything like me, that question keeps you up at night. So don't wait for someone else's green light. Do the things you love right now at Moore Norman Tech. We'll get you out of the classroom and into the real world with hands-on experience and whatever feeds your fire. So get after it. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Moore Norman Tech, powered by Oklahoma Career Tech.
Once upon a time, our family had trouble with pests around our home. Did you know that stinging insects send tons of people to the hospital? And teeny ticks and mosquitoes can be all around the yard. Their bites can make people and their pets sick. Mice, rats, and roaches need food and water just like us. You do not want them to visit. They can spread disease and make it hard to breathe. I'm sure glad this story has a happy ending.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
It's your lucky day every day here at Riverwind Casino.
With nearly 3,000 of your favorite games. Plus the best rewards program in the Metro. Use your wild card to win big in our $80,000 Golden Clovers giveaway.
Party like a VIP in a private lounge at the Showplace Theater.
We've got the best of the best. And we'll see you at Riverwind.
Tired of your current living situation? Now is the best time to make a move. Interest rates are dropping and Home Creations is offering the best financing around with rates as low as 3.625%. This will save you hundreds per month on your brand new Home Creations home. Live like a champion today by calling Holly at 405-364-9999 for full details.
364-9999. Home Creations.
APR 6.508%.
My name is Corporal Bradley Joseph Seitz.
Jerry Reed.
Kate Weber.
These are real veterans facing a real challenge.
I have PTSD.
And I have PTSD.
I have PTSD.
Post-traumatic stress disorder can happen to anyone.
I was still in a war zone in my mind.
But treatment can turn your life around.
Treatment has really saved my life.
To learn about PTSD and how treatment can help you, call your local VA medical center or visit ptsd.va.gov.
Yeah, we're going to be out at Riverwind on Friday. We'll be at Cavens coming up tomorrow. Riverwind Casino again, nearly 3,000 electronic games. As you heard, get out there Friday night, the final rendition of the 80K Golden Clovers giveaway. That's happening Friday night. And again, Riverwind, right now, if you haven't been out there in a while, let's say you haven't been out there in the last 15, 18 months, you will not believe the newly redesigned gaming floor. They do have nearly 3,000 electronic games, but they also have all your favorite table games. They have a world-class poker room that is unbelievable. They have off-track betting. We have an Oasis gaming area at Riverwind now that is smoke-free. We have a Skyloft gaming area upstairs connected to the breezeway that's right there with the unbelievable Riverwind Hotel. You can make a weekend out of it. Coming into Norman or Oklahoma City, stay at the Riverwind Hotel. They've got great dining options, river buffet, food court, some great choices there. They've got, you could wake up and have the breakfast buffet at the river buffet too. It's great. Chips and Ales, pub restaurant, so many things to do at Riverwind. Great shows. They just put tickets on sale last Friday for shows coming up in June. Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall coming up on a Friday night, June 6th. And then the very next night, Nick Swardson, the comedy of Nick Swardson, Saturday night, June 7th. Get online at riverwind.com and get your tickets, or you can drop by the casino box office. Okay, here's what we have, Parker Thune. Thursday, Friday, Sweet 16 matchups. We have a 10 seed. We have 2 6 seeds. We have a 5 seed. Everything else is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 1s, 3 2s, 2 3s, and 3 4s. The lowest seeded team, of course, would be Arkansas as a 10 seed. And again, Arkansas had some injuries through the year, playing better basketball. St. John's was awful in that game, just awful. But, good job by Arkansas and Calipari. They play Texas Tech coming up at the West Regional in the late game on Thursday night.
I just don't even care about this tournament anymore, Steely.
Well,
I just don't even care anymore because
there's
the
no Cinderella here.
The underdog is a team coached by John Calipari.
Yeah, that's right. And Stephen A. Smith, your boy, on First Take yesterday.
My boy?
Yeah, your boy Stephen A. was talking about this. We could, because of this situation, and with let's say you have back in the day a George Mason or Florida Gulf Coast or whoever. They get some really good players. Guess what? They're probably going for more NIL dollars to a bigger school. Thus, Cinderella, the ball may be over for Cinderella when it comes to March Madness. Here's what Stephen A. had to say yesterday.
college basketball, listen to what I'm saying, Coach. This has no effect on the allure of college basketball during the season. But March Madness, the madness of March, owns sports for that 4 to 5 week period. But the NCAA tournament is where it's at. And what is the appeal? What is the allure? Anybody has a chance because of Cinderella. That's what gravitates you. So when we have, something, a system in place that says it's compromising that. If there was no NIL, if there was no trade portal, Shay, right? And you have zero, the mid-majors go 0-6 in the second round. Please, we ain't sweating that. But when you're able to point to rules that have been implemented that ultimately shows itself to have inflicted upon the game itself, that's dangerous. Because what you don't want is a situation where nobody has a chance because those players from the mid-majors, like y'all said, you know what, we're going to get some money from Kentucky. We're going to get some money from UConn. We're going to get some money from some other program that we can't get them in. You don't want that to be the reason you have these kind of results.
So what do you think? Is he accurate?
I'm not convinced Stephen A. Smith watches college basketball, for one thing.
He watches the Lakers a lot.
But I don't know if you caught this news earlier today, Steely. St. Francis University in Pennsylvania, who made the tournament, made the field of 68, won whatever conference they're at, like the Northeastern Conference or something like that. Steely, they are backing out of Division I athletics altogether. They are backing out of Division I athletics and reclassifying to Division III.
Really?
Yes, because they can't keep up with the Joneses financially. And so to me, that's the biggest danger that collegiate athletics faces, right? And if we're specifically limiting the conversation to college basketball and everything that we have come to enjoy about March Madness, all of the memorable moments that we carry with us from our lifetimes of watching tournament play, go back to Fairleigh Dickinson over Purdue in 2023, one of the greatest upsets in the history of sports, one of the most unforeseen, unpredictable upsets in the history of sports. Yeah, 5 years from now, Fairleigh Dickinson might be right where St. Francis, Pennsylvania is.
Yeah.
Backing out of Division I competition because they just don't have the money.
Well, and the thing is, again, look, I know there's some of you out there, oh, here comes the old man again. And, I get it. But I just think with what we're doing right now, until we can somehow fix this or get some better direction as to what we're doing, people are going to be so mad about college athletics, particularly college football, because college football is more than just the game. And to an extent, you can say that in experience, maybe at Cameron Indoor Stadium or Rupp Arena or a big college basketball arena. But people build their weekends, build their fall around Sooner football, right? And if you make it so expensive, excessive, because you're dealing with all this NIL stuff, people are eventually going to get peeved, right? I mean, look, to me, college football is just the one I'm worried about. And look, college basketball too, but college football to me is still, it's the greatest sport out there. It's the greatest sport out there, in my opinion, and I just hope that 10 years down the road, and we talked about this when this news first came out with Oklahoma and the SEC and name, image, likeness and all that stuff, which became pay-for-play. We thought 10 years down the road, are we going to look back at this and say, man, what were we thinking? Because the game's not the same, and it's never going to be the same.
Well, and I'll add this. I think what's happened in this year's tournament field is something of an aberration. I don't think this is indicative of a greater trend that we're going to see in the years to come.
I would agree with that.
Because, like, for instance, we back up 2 years, and that Final Four was what? Miami. There was a 5 seed. I think UConn was a 4.
San Diego State was there.
San Diego State was a 4, and then you had FAU, which was either an 8 or a 9 seed.
Yeah.
Just an absolutely bizarre Final Four. One that nobody saw coming.
Yeah.
Right? And the narrative at that time was, well, the transfer portal is really helping these mid-majors out. Now here we are 2 years later, and the narrative is exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I don't think neither one is 100% accurate. But this is just kind of the natural ebb. Like, one of the very first Final Fours that I distinctly remember was in 2008, and it was all 4 1 seeds that made the Final Four that year. And so this is just one of those things that happens from time to time. Yeah, when there's this much chalk, it's less exciting, it's less engaging for the average fan. But I also think on the large scale, it's something that will come out in the wash next year whenever we do have a Cinderella or two. And there was a text that brought up the fact that Colorado State was a buzzer beater away.
That's right,
from
Chris.
making the Sweet 16. Yep. They probably would have been the people's underdog at that point, the people's Cinderella.
I think Cinderella will still be out there. There just won't be as many of them. Right?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
But let's see.
The schools that do qualify as Cinderellas, they're not going to be like St. Peter's where they keep winning and you're just sitting there watching these games wondering how on earth are they winning? They're not athletic. They're not especially good shooters. They're not big. They just scrape and claw and find a way.
Well, and the greatest upset still to me happened outside of the NCAA tournament. That was Chaminade, an NAI school, beating Ralph Sampson in Virginia. So 405-651-3439 off the YouTube chat. A&P Mechanic, what is the main drive behind colleges canceling spring games? Injury avoidance? I've heard a few reasons. Other than that, is it pretty much the same reasoning from all colleges? What do you think? Number one, is it tampering? We don't want schools to scout our game. But so much of that video is always already out there with PFF, right? OU, the injury situation, maybe there's a little bit of that from last year, which was a complete disaster injury-wise. What are we thinking? There's still some schools out there that are going to play spring games. I don't know how long that's going to last. Do you think we're done with the spring game at Oklahoma?
I don't think we're done with the spring game. We may be done with the spring game in its traditional form, but I don't think we're done with the spring game. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that we could wind up with an exhibition at the end of spring. Kind of like, who is it, Colorado, and who else have been talking about that? Colorado and Syracuse, I want to say.
Yeah.
That could be a direction that OU goes. I don't think the Crimson Combine is just going to be the way of the future. It makes sense for now. A year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now could be an entirely different conversation.
Who's going to be are these going to be, it's not going to be like completely like Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium. There are going to be events, there are going to be autograph signings, all of that stuff, opportunities to get pictures. It's going to be like the Crimson Carnival, maybe more than the Crimson Combine. My question is, what kind of combine events are we going to get? Who's going to be running in these events or participating in these events? What if somebody gets injured at a freaking Crimson Combine?
Oh, gosh.
Deal?
John Mateer tears his UCL throwing a water balloon.
Can you imagine? Way to go, man. Joe C., Crimson Combine. Mateer gets hit by a damn water balloon and loses an eyeball. Holy cow. What were they thinking? So, anyway. Yeah, if there's an injury at the Crimson Combine, people are going to be pissed.
Patrick says, I think not having a spring game is a huge advantage for us this year since we have a whole new offensive system, new coordinator, new quarterback. By the time Michigan comes to town, we're going to have a lot of surprises for them.
That Michigan game's crucial, man. That Michigan game, if you can get by Michigan and the Auburn Tigers in the SEC opener, you can roll into Dallas undefeated. You might have yourself a special season, and maybe you can get to the playoffs. Now, again, a lot's going to have to happen. Got to have a lot better luck and a lot of better coaching and a lot better playing than you did a year ago. But, sometimes there's a Cinderella who comes out. They're going to be a better football team. I'm convinced they're going to be a better football team this fall.
KW918 says, horrible but sad decisions like that have to be made, which is why OU has also got to cut certain sports. OU has enough money to be good. They do not have enough money to be elite, which is what it takes nowadays if you want to win a title. We're watching the movie Blue Chips happen in real time. It's sad.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All right, we got to get out of here for hour number one. We've got TJ Eckert coming up next hour. Top of the hour, Elias Chavez's decision. Will it be Oklahoma? Will it be the Sand Aggies? Will it be the Longhorns? Come to Norman. Please come to Norman. Think that worked? Probably not. All right, we'll find out. Thanks to Lasher Home Comfort Systems, 405-579-3113. We've got another hour to go here on Steelman and Thune on the home of Sooner fans.
Sound off any time of day on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. Right here on the home of Sooner fans, the Ref Sports Radio Network.
Ever wonder why someone would go to the ends of the earth and leap into the unknown? Maybe a better question is, what are you waiting for? Pacifico is brewed for those who follow their own path. That's living life anchors up.
Speaking of technology, did you know that RK Black is an authorized dealer for Kyocera copiers? And the Kyocera copiers aren't just copiers. They're smart devices that can scan, print, fax, and email your documents with ease and security. Even better, they're backed by RK Black's award-winning service team that is built on nearly 70 years of taking great care of our clients. Whether you need a desktop printer or a multifunction copier, RK Black has the right product for you. Let's get the conversation started. Give us a call at 943-9800 or visit us at rkblack.com.
Mike Steely here for Lasher Home Comfort Systems, your trusted home comfort experts in the Oklahoma City metro area. Tim Lasher and his team have more than 130 years of combined experience. They recognize a significant number of homeowners live with inadequate home comfort systems. They specialize in diagnosing your home system issues while providing more efficiency and reducing your utility costs. As an authorized dealer of American Standard, Tim can service your residence or business. Call Tim and his team at 405-579-3113. Lasher Home Comfort Systems.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it making more money. Spend it making more memories. Spend it learning a new skill. Spend it teaching an old trick. Spend it career climbing. Spend it mountain climbing. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond, no one covers the Sooners like we do. If it's Sooner Sports, we have you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is the home of Sooner fans.
Are you ready to roll into fun? Come on down to Sooner Bowling Center in Norman, where the strikes are spectacular and the smiles never end. Sooner Bowl has something for everyone. Bowling for the entire family, a game center, plus the spare time grill with delicious food. Have a friendly competition, a great family outing, or an unforgettable birthday party. Maybe problem solving is your thing. Try Escape Sooner, located in Sooner Bowl. You're locked in a room for 1 hour where you solve a puzzle and try to escape. It's fun for the entire family. Visit SoonerBowl.com for more info. Get ready for an unforgettable summer at the Young Family Athletic Center. Our summer day camps and sports leagues are the perfect way for young athletes to stay active, improve their skills, and have a blast. Whether your child is into basketball, volleyball, or pickleball, we've got open gym, leagues, and camps designed for all skill levels. Registration is now open for most summer activities, but space is limited. Don't miss out. Go to YFAC.com and make this summer one to remember.
Hi, folks. This is Larry Knippelmeyer here at Knippelmeyer Chevrolet in Blanchard, USA. Conveniently located just 15 minutes south of Oklahoma City and 10 minutes west of Norman. With all the talk of inflation, market crashes, and tariffs, it's no wonder we're all afraid to make that new vehicle purchase. Now, with that being said, there will probably never be a better time to purchase your new Chevrolet at Knippelmeyer Chevrolet. No price increase or tariffs on our huge selection of in-stock vehicles. Pickups, SUVs, cars, and even Corvettes, all marked down and ready to sell. Interest rates are good, used vehicle trade-ins are high, and rebates and incentives are back on most new Chevrolets. So hop in that old vehicle and come see us at Knippelmeyer Chevrolet in Blanchard, where nobody beats our deal. Or give us a call at 405-485-3333 or catch us on the web at knippelmeyer.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
You're listening to the home of Sooner fans, KREF, Norman, Oklahoma, and streaming live on the KREF app.
The Ref Sports Radio Network.
Hour number 2 presented by Hightower Clinical. We appreciate them sponsoring Hour 2 every day here on Steelman and Thune, here on the home of Sooner fans. Clinical trial opportunities. They have a bunch of them throughout the metro area. Here in the Oklahoma City metro area, no cost, no insurance needed to take part. Your meds are provided for free, and patients are compensated for their time as well. They are located very conveniently all around the metro area. If you have some questions, what are the trials all about? What do you cover? Any questions you might have, get online at hightowerclinical.com. That's hightowerclinical.com, or you can call or text at 405-831-5905. That is 405-831-5905. Okay, we're on ESPN. We are awaiting the Chavez announcement. I have not seen, wait a minute, it looks like TGL Golf. What? I was told there would be different programming.
I think this is just a tease. They're teasing the upcoming event at 7 Eastern time.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So this isn't what is happening right now. What is happening right now, oh, never mind. They're just talking with Matt Berry about TGL. Well, that's anticlimactic. Guess we'll be waiting a little while.
We might be waiting a while. By the way, I will let you know, Parker, that just ahead of time, that hopefully we're negotiating with Cleveland County now. Not really, but I'm trying. To the week of the Masters, and I'll be here Thursday and Friday. The goal is to watch golf from 6 a.m. to at least 6 p.m. both days. Depends on, if we can get I can get I'm not trying to get out of my civic duty. I'm trying to switch the duty to another couple weeks. There are other things I have to get done that week, too. But anyway, I will not be here if a prominent Sooner player gets injured in a potato sack race at the Crimson Combine. If there's something like that. All right? If we're hearing Jaron Canick's having a great spring and then he tears an ACL jumping around in a potato sack, I will not be here the following Monday. Just letting you know. So, I don't know. Gator wants to have an esports contest.
An esports spring combine? Really?
Who are these nerds who play these video games all the time? Oh, wait a minute. I'm one of them. Sorry. Miles Anderson comes in, and a couple of other people have said on the text line that Love is Like a Rock was the other hit from Donnie Iris. Thank you, Miles. Sooner Cowboy says, I heard a toilet flush.
You heard a toilet flush?
That's what Sooner Cowboy says on YouTube. There's been no flushing around here. We don't have a toilet in the studio. Wait a minute. Blake is writing a note now.
Was it Blake? Was Blake the one that flushed the toilet?
Oh, the YouTube yahoos, there was a toilet flush.
Oh, gotcha,
was there
gotcha,
really?
gotcha.
In the background?
That would be funny if there was. I didn't catch it. If so, I didn't catch it.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Now on ESPN, it is Rebecca Lobo talking about Juju Watkins and the injury she suffered last night, which was a horrible injury.
Maybe that leads right into Aaliyah Chavez.
We're on the right topic, which is women's basketball.
Blake is all over it. He's got a video pulled up. There's nobody there at the podium. Can we play our music again for Aaliyah?
Oh, gosh.
Come on. You can do it. Bring me Donnie Iris. Let's go. All right, that is just pure genius. Who else today is going to bring you Donnie frickin' Iris? Anybody else? Hell no. This guy right here. This guy. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Very welcome. So that should be, if she announces for Oklahoma, that's how you'll know. Right?
We're just going to say, hey, screw YouTube. We'll just play this song over and over again for the rest of the show.
We only have to do it one more time. If you hear that again, that means that Aliyah Chavez, the number one women's basketball recruit in the country, has picked Oklahoma. If you hear that clip again, hopefully we'll be able to play it again. Think Drake's freaking out?
What if
play that, Steely?
What if she picks the Sand Aggies?
Everything runs through Lubbock. I think we have an Everything Runs Through Lubbock too.
Oh, that's true. I know we're playing if she picks Texas.
The 8-bit?
Oh, the 8-bit.
I think
all
I
day.
I think I have that in there. Man, how bad do you want to hear Donnie Iris? That's the question.
At this point in time, you would much rather hear Donnie Iris than Sam Ellinger or Joey McGuire.
That's right. Oh, my gosh. Everything Runs Through Lubbock turned out to be complete bull, right? They beat Texas that day, and they thought, yeah, everything runs through Lubbock. No, it doesn't. Tumbleweeds and bull run through Lubbock, and that's about it.
Man, some of those towns you drive through on your way out to Lubbock smell absolutely foul.
Do they?
You ever made that drive?
The last time I was there in Lubbock was a long, long time ago. It was before. And then we used to go to Amarillo for Thanksgiving every year. I don't remember any odors back then, but maybe it's more odorous now.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. It's bad, especially in the summertime. By the way, they just teased on SportsCenter Aliyah Chavez's upcoming commitment. So we're getting close.
Okay.
We're getting very close.
Sounds good. Man, how bad? Do you have Iris ready to go?
I have all three ready to go in the event. What if she just picks UCLA completely out of left field? Pulls the hat from under the table.
Just go pull up the Sons of Westwood on YouTube.
The Sons of Westwood?
That is the name of their fight song.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Used to got very familiar with that back in the day growing up watching college basketball, since they won it every freaking year. One of the great moments, though, I will say, I wrote John Wooden as a kid and let him know I was a big UCLA fan. Of course, I was the biggest Fairweather fan. Of course, I was.
Yeah,
a
you were
UCLA
USC fan as well, weren't you?
No. But UCLA basketball, yes. And I got, one day I went out to the mailbox. Usually I was looking for the Sports Illustrated to be delivered because I knew what day normally the Sports Illustrated would come on a Thursday to my house when I was a kid. So I'd run out to the mailbox. And one day out there with the Sports Illustrated was a letter addressed to me in a UCLA envelope. And I opened it up, and it was a signed Pyramid of Success signed by John Wooden, thanking me, a young man of steel, for writing to him, and he sent me a copy of the Pyramid
Does
of
the Pyramid of Success resemble the Ron Swanson Pyramid of Greatness? I need a frame of reference here.
Oh, I don't know. But the two, as a kid, I got one letter from Chuck Fairbanks because I wrote him when he took over the Patriots. I said, hey, you know what you should do, Chuck? Install the wishbone and get Jack Milderin. You need to put the wishbone in the NFL. My dad's like, son, the wishbone will never work against those athletes in the pros. Well, I'm going to write him anyway. I bet he hasn't thought of running the wishbone with the Patriots. So I sent Chuck Fairbanks a letter. Install the bone, Chuck. Come on, you can do it. Wrote me back. And I think they just got Milderin in a trade from the Colts is what happened. And they were going to play Jack Milderin at defensive back. And Chuck Fairbanks thanked me for his letter. This was on the old school Patriots logo letterhead, which was the best Patriots logo. You know, the Patriots snapping the football. thanked me for the letter and said that Jack's a fine athlete, will be playing defensive back for us. Thank you for your interest and blah, blah, blah. It was very nice. So I got 2 letters like that as a kid, one from John Wooden, one from Chuck Fairbanks. Uh-oh. Is it happening yet?
No, it's not happening yet. They're talking about Steven. What are they talking about? Right now, Jimmy Butler's emotions versus his former team.
Nobody gives a rat's.
They were also talking about Steph Curry's pelvis injury.
A pelvis injury sounds very painful. That's Carlos Boozer. Is he doing? The heck has he been on there for a while? I never watched that BS anymore.
Where is Aaliyah Chavez? Show us Aaliyah Chavez.
Chavez. We want to play Donnie Iris. This place will erupt in emotion if we get to play Donnie Iris again. It'll be great. Amarillo is the worst smelling city in the world.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Trust me, it's not even the worst smelling city in West Texas. It might not be top 5.
Kenneth Burns said that on YouTube. Hey, Ken Burns, go back and make yourself another Civil War documentary, all right? We disagree. No, I don't know. It's been a long time. The last time I was in Amarillo, I think I was 16 or 17 years old. So there's a live stream on YouTube. I think that's what Blake has pulled up.
So hang on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a live stream on. So not only is it streaming on SportsCenter, but we have the YouTube Yahoos doing their own broadcast.
According to the 740, Blake is shaking his head like there's no YouTube live. He's looking it up right now. We'll find out. If you're wondering why we're just meandering here, it's because we're waiting on the announcement of Aaliyah Chavez.
But no, they're talking about TGL and the NBA instead.
There is one, huh? You want to pull it up over here? We could actually maybe get that to Parker. Maybe we could run it.
You know
live.
what town in West Texas smells awful if you ever drive through it?
Muleshoe.
Well, I have not been through Muleshoe. I've intentionally avoided it. But Level Land, if you ever drive through Level Land, Texas, ugh. Miserable place.
Dalhart and Dumas, 1A and 1B.
Never been to either of those 2 places, I don't think.
I think we drove once through Dalhart.
Oh, look, it's Aaliyah Chavez.
Really? Here we
She's
go,
on
ladies
the
and
screen.
gentlemen. Get ready. Get ready.
They're about to toss us to a commercial break. Unbelievable. Just give us what we're here for. This is the other problem. Like, if it's going to be at 1 p.m.,
it's never
air
at
it
the
at
top
1
of the
p.m.
hour.
If it's going to be at 1:15, just tell us it's going to be at 1:15.
Yeah. Well, we got T.J. Eckert coming up, too. We may have to play some Donnie Iris right in the middle of the T.J. Eckert response to a brilliant question. He'll understand. Hereford, Texas smells the worst. Well, yeah, Hereford, Texas would be a cow town, I would think, right? So that probably does smell. Have you ever actually been to downtown Muleshoe?
No, I've never been to Muleshoe, period.
Never driven past it or around it or anything?
Closest I've ever come to Muleshoe was within like 20 miles.
Really? Didn't we do a story that the Russians hacked their water tower or
Yes,
something?
that was a story, but I don't think we had anyone boots on the ground out there covering it. Here in Muleshoe, where the Russians have hacked the water tower.
We will start in Muleshoe. We'll hack the tower. Well, that sounds.
What is that accent?
That sounds more Nazi Germany, but
goodness gracious.
But that was the testing ground, was Muleshoe. Nobody care about Muleshoe, Texas. We will go after the water tower. Not sure what that was either.
Suna RX says, got caught in green rain in Dumas. So much cow crap that the rain was stained. Just gross.
Really?
There's no way. Is there? Does that happen? Is that an actual thing?
Green rain? I don't know. Purple rain, we know that's real. Prince sang about it. Prince never lied.
Paleo and Moore says Dodge City, Kansas, and Gary, Indiana are the 2 worst smelling cities I've ever been to. Cannot speak to Gary. I was in Dodge City last February, was it? Can confirm. Boy.
Really? So you don't want to take a D-level vacation to Dodge City?
No, man, because you remember it was the day I went out to see Lincoln Cure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing the show from my car outside. I don't even remember what high school it was. But I drove through Dodge City, actually stopped for lunch in Dodge City. At a Chili's or something.
Jolly Fat Boy in Amarillo confirms the green rain.
Oh, my goodness. Ugh.
That's
Is it worth it? Like, I get there's a lot of money out there in West Texas, but is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Not to me, but wait a minute. We should take a break right here.
Yeah, we probably should.
Has a Nike shirt on. First reporting from Blake Gamble that there is a Nike shirt being worn by Aaliyah.
Does that eliminate Texas Tech since they're an Adidas school?
Could be. Could be. Well, you know what we have to do? We have to break right here.
Oh, gosh.
So
okay.
let's do it.
That's
We'll get TJ on. But Donnie Iris could come up at any second. And once you hear Donnie Iris, you know the news is very good. We shall return right here on the Ref.
A true Sooner fan wouldn't be caught dead without the KREF app. Join the Army. Get the app. Tell your friends. This is the Ref, where diehard Sooner fans listen.
Oklahoma baseball's single game tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a packed 31-game home schedule this spring at L. Dale Mitchell Park. Seats start at just $10 per game, with exciting promotions like $2 Tuesdays, Firework Fridays, and Sunday Fun Day for Conference Series. Guaranteed fun for the whole family. Check out the game schedule and more information at Soonersports.com. Join us at the ballpark and Boomer Sooner.
The Ref is the home of Sooner fans and is once again your home for chaos. Every game-changing hit.
Long fly ball to left. Track. Whoa. Gone.
Every strikeout.
Got him. Swinging.
Every defensive gem.
He caught it. He caught it.
Every game. All year. The Ref has you covered.
Catch Sooner Baseball as they take on Oral Roberts in Tulsa this Tuesday night at 6 with pregame coverage starting at 5:30 right here on the Ref and the KREF app.
OU softball, baseball, and gymnastics offer great opportunities for you to get out for some exciting action and support your Sooners. Going to an OU event or game? Balfour of Norman on Campus Corner invites you to stop by and get some new OU gear. Whether it's a softball jersey with your favorite player or just a new lucky shirt or hat to wear to the game, Balfour has everything you need to be in style and showing your colors. Cheer for the Sooners in the best and newest styles in Sooner sportswear. Locally owned for more than 45 years, Balfour continues to be Sooner fans' favorite OU store and has everything you need. Balfour has the latest styles and fashion trends for men, women, and children. You can find something for every Sooner fan. When it comes to hats, they have you covered with more than 100 styles to choose from. Even OU socks, so you're literally covered from head to toe. Graduation is right around the corner. They have OU diploma frames in stock. Or you can always get a gift card so they can choose the perfect gift for themselves. Come see us on the corner or shop online at crimsonproud.com, where you will find everything Sooner.
There's strength in family, and there's strength in partnership. Hi, I'm Adam Hurst with Armstrong Bank, where we believe in building financial stability and enduring relationships. As a family-owned community bank since 1909, we'll always be here to support you, because we know that true strength is in our communities. Armstrong Bank, strength runs in our family. Visit armstrong.bank, member FDIC.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Minnesota cattleman and world champion steer wrestler J.D. Struxness talks about the benefits of using Purple Wave Auction.
You know, I love visiting with them. They do a fantastic job. They know their machinery. And, man, if you're in the market to buy anything, they are the easiest way and the most helpful people to get you what you need. It's as easy as the click of a mouse to get on there and buy something.
Anything and everything you need for your farming or ranching operation, all at super affordable auction pricing. Visit purplewave.com. That's purplewave.com.
The world is full of anchors, meant to keep you in place. But the good news is that it's also full of things that remind you not to let them. So every time you raise a Pacifico, let it be a reminder to live life anchors up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Just in time, I might add.
TJ Eckert is joining us on the Riverwind Casino hotline. He is aware of the game plan that we will break in for just a second to let you know who the decision is for Aaliyah Chavez, the number one high school women's basketball recruit in the country. And it's down to, we believe, Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas Tech. They are putting up.
What is that I hear in the background?
South Carolina, UCLA, and LSU. We don't believe that they're involved. There we go. Okay. We muted it. It looks like, TJ, are you ready for this? Are you waiting like the rest of us? Is this going to be?
Patiently.
Yeah.
Patiently.
I'm sure you'll run this on your sportscast tonight. Well, the family is there. She's saying something. And if you hear Donnie Iris, Aaliyah, you'll know that it's Oklahoma. So we shall
You hear
see.
anything other than Donnie Iris?
It's not good.
Bad news.
That's right. That's exactly right. TJ, how's it going? Everything good?
We're good. This
Yeah?
is normally, we got Chavez today. Caden Jones announces tomorrow, too. So it's kind of a busy time for recruiting right now.
Blake Gamble is so excited. What? Is that it? Wait a minute.
What's happening right now?
I don't know, but Blake looks very excited. Hang on.
There's a video rolling. It's like a commitment video, I guess.
Really?
We're waiting.
This is agonizing.
So it is?
Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like... Ladies and gentlemen, play Donnie Iris one more time. It is official. One more time. There it is. The Oklahoma Sooners land the number one recruits in the country, Aaliyah Chavez. Thank you. We might be YouTube fine for playing Donnie Iris 75 times today, but hey, maybe I'll take the fine. Not really. So how about that? Well, that's on the heels of yesterday's Jenny Baranczyk, TJ Eckert seems to be on a roll right now after yesterday, the beatdown of Iowa, and this commitment today. How about that?
Yeah, how about that, man? I don't want to – you never really know until you know, right? And so you kind of had the expectations tempered on this. But to finally see it come to fruition, man, just what a program that Jenny Baranczyk's built in a short amount of time. Good to see her get rewarded with, the first trip to the Sweet 16 yesterday. But now today, man, I mean, it's not just a one-off, and we already knew that. This program is not just a one-year thing. It is being built, and this is just another just glaring example of the program truly getting built under her. That's what an impressive get.
No doubt. And when you think of women's basketball at Oklahoma, Courtney Paris, the Paris twins, Courtney was the number one high school player in the country that year. Ashley was one of, like 7 through 10. And it was a great get, too, for Oklahoma. This is just huge news for Oklahoma basketball. And Aaliyah Chavez announced again that she has committed to the University of Oklahoma. And this is so big, it was live on ESPN. So great, great news for Oklahoma basketball. We'll be talking about that throughout the afternoon. Okay, what do you think about the Sweet 16? TJ, I know you guys cover Arkansas a lot up there, and in that market, they're the lowest seeded team, a 10 seed. What do you think about, Stephen A., we played the clip last hour that because of NIL, Cinderella's going to go away. Do you buy that? Are we in danger of seeing that become a rare occurrence in the NCAA tournament now because of NIL?
It's kind of low-hanging fruit since this is really the first true example we've seen of it in a while, where we don't have one of those lower conference teams kind of making a magical run, and so it's easy to associate NIL and the portal and all those things kind of ruining that for the NCAA tournament, and maybe to some extent it has, but I think there's an argument to be made too that this year more so in particular, I'm mainly speaking on the bubble, but also the lower mid-major team. It just wasn't a good year for those programs, and I feel like that was an anomaly more so than others. And the good teams that we did get from lower-tiered conferences, UC San Diego was a good example. I think Yale was a pretty good example. McNeese obviously won their first-round game. A lot of those teams got really poor matchups for them in the opening round. I think UC San Diego was a really fun team to watch and got matched up with a Michigan team that just is tough to face when you're undersized. I remember the ORU run they had to the Sweet 16 a couple years ago. They got great matchups in their first couple rounds to get there. And so part of it is that. You can associate NIL and the portal and all that with this, but I don't think it's completely ruined it. I think I am on the optimist side to say this is more of a one-off than anything else.
All right, TJ Eckert, our guest, KTUL-TV in Tulsa. What do you think about Porter's situation? Obviously, they fought and scratched and got their way into the NCAA tournament. Some of the wins down the stretch were pretty darn impressive. They hung with Connecticut, had a shot there. Do you think that Porter Moser will be back at Oklahoma next year, or do you think maybe he's somewhere else as a head coach?
Yeah, that's the thing, right, Steely? 3-4 weeks ago, the question was, do we think he's going to get fired, or is he going to be able to come back? Now it's, is he going to return, or is he going to get another job? Like, that's the job that he's done down the stretch to get OU into the tournament and gave him a really good fighting chance against UConn, who gave Florida everything they could have wanted. So I've been leaning towards him potentially getting another job these past couple weeks. I know the Villanova smoke was there. We'll see what ends up playing out there, and maybe it's another job. I don't know. But it feels like there's maybe a better situation for him out there. And I'm not saying that OU's not a great situation, but it feels like he's looking for something more and wouldn't have gotten that opportunity if they wouldn't have made the tournament. They make the tournament. It feels like there's maybe some jobs out there that could potentially interest him. So I'm leaning more towards he gets another job, but I would not be surprised at all to see him come back either.
All right, our man TJ Eckert joining us on the Riverwind Casino Hotline here on Steelman and Thune Tuesday edition. Parker is busy writing, I'm sure, a quick synopsis of the commitment from Aaliyah Chavez. What are your thoughts on the baseball matchup up in T-Town tonight? ORU 15-8. The Sooners will pitch Jacob Golston tonight. What do you think? The Sooners have had some issues up there against ORU and Tulsa in the past.
I was just about to say that. There have been numerous years, whether it's OU or OSU, come up to what was J.L. Johnson, now Chapman Park, here in Tulsa, and ORU gives them fits. And, midweek baseball is just a terrific phenomenon in the sport and in college athletics in general, because literally anybody can beat anybody in a midweek game. And I understand the reasoning. Right? OU's not going to trot out their studs and throw their aces, and all, they're trying to get guys reps, and so that's part of the reason. But ORU's a good team, and they've been battle tested already this season. So this is a game that'll mean a heck of a lot more to ORU than it will OU. And so these are always the games you got to keep your eye on. And the good teams are able to kind of fight through that and put a good product on the field. I think Skip Johnson's got a pretty good ball club this year. I don't think that's a crazy statement to make. They're top 10 in just about every poll, if not all of them. So feels like this would be a game that they'd be able to kind of rally around and find a way to win. But like you said, man, ORU's pesky, and they've done a good job in this series, this midweek type series with OU in the past. Ryan Fulmer's got experience handling these types of games pretty well. So looking forward to seeing what happens tonight there for sure.
TJ Eckert with us here on the Home of Sooner Fans.
What have you guys been talking about? I've been a little out of the loop.
We
for a
talked
few
about
minutes.
Chavez. We talked about Porter Moser. Is he going to be back? We just talked about OU baseball, ORU tonight. I'll ask him the next. This is groundbreaking. How about this one?
Oh, boy.
Were you moved by Tiger's tweet that love is in the air the other day, or were you like, oh, man, what are you, Tiger? You look like a teenager here. What did you think of the whole Tiger tweet?
Yeah, I had two thoughts. One, do we think Tiger actually wrote it? I'm kind of leaning towards no. And then two, who took the picture? Like that's what I want to know.
Well, Charlie was at a junior tournament, right? Wasn't Charlie at a junior event? Maybe it was Sam Woods.
So.
But I'm wondering if somebody, if it gets taken down in the next couple of days, then somebody's getting fired, right? Because, but it just looks so cheesy. All right, let's lay down on the hammock, okay? And can you nestle up to him a little more closely? Okay, perfect. Now, Tiger, just act like you're really relaxed and in love, okay? And we're going to send this out. I'm just like, where did that come from?
And of all people, it's Tiger too. Like,
yeah.
You would not expect anything like that from Tiger Woods, and that's the tweet. Normally, we're prepping for the Masters, and here we are laying in a hammock taking pictures with our new girlfriend. So yeah, I was a little shocked to see it, to say the least.
You going to be attending the Crimson Combine, TJ?
I don't think I'm going to make it. Don't think I'm going to make it out.
The company's not paying for you to get some shots at the Crimson Combine.
We were thinking earlier, TJ, that if like John Mateer tears an ACL in a sack race or something, the text line is going to blow up like never before, and I'm just going to walk right out of here.
If they had it like a true like elementary school field day, I might show up just to see what kind of events they do. Like who would play in the softball toss event? That'd be neat to see. Look, I said it earlier. Like when it first came out, they mentioned players and coaches would be involved. Like I'd come out to watch DeMarco Murray run a 40 against like Bill Bedenbaugh. Like that'd be fun. I would enjoy that.
I feel like I know who would win.
That's a safe bet.
It's too good. All right, TJ, you're the man. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming on with us. We'll check in with you again soon.
You bet, guys. Always fun.
TJ Eckert, ladies and gentlemen, we need to apologize because we were a little bit distracted, but he was able to focus like a true pro. As the news came out, Parker Thune, that's been met with euphoria around the Sooner Nation, that Aaliyah Chavez, the nation's #1 women's high school recruit, commits to Oklahoma.
There's no understating, or I should say no overstating, how significant this is for Jenny Baranchek and her program, because Aaliyah Chavez, Steely, as a high school senior, averaged 36 points per game. 36 points per game. So, and you saw what type of impact Caitlin Clark had as just being the one singular dominant individual that she was on an already decent, solid Iowa team. She took them to 2 consecutive national championship games. They didn't win either of them, but they played in 2 straight national championships. Then Caitlin Clark leaves, and Iowa regresses to round of 32 exit status in the tournament. So make no mistake, if Aaliyah Chavez is all she's cracked up to be when she gets to Norman, she's the type of talent that has the potential of her own accord to put Jenny and company right there on the doorstep of a national championship.
All right, Sooner Bump wants to hear it one more time. This will be the last one, though, because I might get us in trouble. But you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, who would have thought that Donnie Iris would be the soundtrack of today's show? Thank you. Is Donnie Iris still alive? I think he probably is, but I'm not sure. I'll have to go ahead and Google it up and find out. But there you go. And somebody was asking, does Reagan Beers have another year at OU? Yes, she's only a junior. Only a junior. I'm looking at the seniors. Lexi Keys, Liz Scott, Nevaeh Tott, Skylar Van, Peyton Verhulst. Am I leaving anybody out? I think that's it. So this is huge. To think that Sherry Cole got the Paris twins, Courtney was considered the number one high school player in the country, and Ashley Paris was like a top 10 player. So this is gigantic for Jenny Baranchak. Just huge and coming off the momentum. And the way they went about hosting her the other day was pretty incredible. They rolled out the red carpet. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you treat the Sand Aggies. You just kick that sand right in their face, like the old comic book ad, where the dude goes to the beach with his girlfriend, and the stronger, cooler guy comes and kicks sand in his face and takes that girl right away from the nerd. That's what the Sooner women just did to the Sand Aggies. Kicked the sand right in their face. Go ahead and Google it. Charles Atlas, sand in the face. You'll see it. All right. Let's take a break. Feel like we should submit this to the OAB today. What do you think? Time capsule material? I think so. The Martians will get here one day, if they're not here already, and say, I never imagined that radio could be this good. Probably. All right, we'll break, come back. One more award-winning segment next, right here on the Home of Sooner Fans.
Through the dead of winter, to the dawn of spring, through the dog days of summer, and the kickoff of fall, no one covers Sooner football like we do. The Ref is SEC ready. Are you?
Don't miss out on OKC's hottest entertainment at the Showplace Theater with acts like Boys to Men, April 18th. America, April 26th. Patti LaBelle, May 2nd. And Scotty McCreery, May 10th. Riverwind is OKC's favorite casino experience.
What's up, Ref Army? It's Dusty Dvorak, and I'm back. I'm excited to be back with the Ref and cannot wait to help bring the home of Sooner fans the best Sooner coverage. Catch me every Tuesday and Wednesday during the 10 a.m. hour of The Plank Show as I cut it up with Plank and Josh about everything in the world of Sooner and college football. That's every Tuesday and Wednesday on The Plank Show, and there's only one place to hear it. The Ref, the home of Sooner fans. Download the KRF app today to listen from anywhere.
Imagine one step, and suddenly a fall turns into a fracture. For many, osteoporosis is a hidden threat, weakening bones silently until it's too late. At the Ortho Central Bone Health Clinic, we believe in personalized care to keep bones strong and resilient. Led by advanced practitioner Amanda Boyd, our team specializes in detection and personalized treatment plans, from bone density testing to strengthening bones after a fracture. Take charge of your bone health today. Call Ortho Central's Bone Health Clinic and let's build better bones together. Tired of your current living situation? Now is the best time to make a move. Interest rates are dropping and Home Creations is offering the best financing around with rates as low as 3.625%. This will save you hundreds per month on your brand new Home Creations home. Live like a champion today by calling Holly at 405-364-9999 for full details.
364-9999. Home Creations.
APR 6.508%.
The deals are madness this March across Escrotonda's full inventory. Pay just $2.99 per month on a new 2024 Accord Hybrid Sport. And we've got APR starting as low as 1.99%. Plus, for every vehicle purchased in March, we'll donate $100 to Toby Keith's OK Kids Corral. Payments at $2.99 and a great cause. Now conveniently located at 89th and I-35 or online at escrotonda.com.
$2.99 for 3 years, 10,000-mile lease, $4,300 down plus DT now plus first month's payment, $1.99 for 36 months. Cannot combine through AHF ends 4125.
Hi, Josh Helmer here from my friends at Auto Image USA in Norman, where they have everything you need to upgrade your ride. At Auto Image USA, they have so many services for you like paint correction, window tint, paint protection film, Or maybe you want that boat, RV, or car looking brand new in the interior again with the top-of-the-line detailing. Plus, you can get their Enviro Shield paint and interior fabric protection backed by their 3 or 5-year warranty. Call them today, 405-321-4444. They are the best. Check them out.
Get ready for an unforgettable summer at the Young Family Athletic Center. Our summer day camps and sports leagues are the perfect way for young athletes to stay active, improve their skills, and have a blast. Whether your child is into basketball, volleyball, or pickleball, we've got open gym, leagues, and camps designed for all skill levels. Registration is now open for most summer activities, but space is limited. Don't miss out. Go to YFAC.com and make this summer one to remember.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
All right, we have one more segment tomorrow out at Cavens Group with Gary and the crew over there. And then Friday out at Riverwind Casino, we are winding up some great promotions for the month of March. Riverwind's marketing team over there, they're the best in the business. They always have great promotions, like the 80K Golden Clovers giveaway. Final round of those drawings is Friday night. Get on out there and win your share of 80K in cash and bonus play. They will have some incredible promotions coming up for April as well. There's no doubt about it. Riverwind Casino has the best bars and dining. You've got the River Buffet, steak night on Friday, seafood night Saturday, great brunch on Sunday. Breakfast buffet is unbelievable. You have Chips and Ales Pub Restaurant, the food court, newly redesigned with some great options over there. It's fantastic as well. They also have a world-class hotel attached right there to the casino. And they're just the best. 3,000 electronic games on a newly redesigned gaming floor, all your favorite table games. If you haven't seen, maybe you're not even a poker player or a big poker player, but just walk in, open the door, and walk in that poker room. It's fantastic. It is unreal. And they've got off-track betting. They have everything at Riverwind Casino. Good times and great rewards always at Riverwind. I wonder if they're sitting around at Apple Music or Spotify today. Hey, we're getting a lot of Donnie Iris downloads from Oklahoma. What the heck's going on here today? Maybe. Donnie Iris, Aaliyah. So whenever she scores, that should be played from here on out, right? For the Sooners. Every bucket. You're welcome, OU Promotions or Productions or Game Ops. Or at least when she's, on a roll. Maybe not every hoop because she's going to score 50 a game. We know that. But I would imagine that there's somebody somewhere sitting at a computer wondering why Donnie Iris. So there's so many Donnie Iris downloads.
The amount of texts we've gotten that say something to the effect of, can old Jenny Baranchek coach the men's team too?
Yeah, you knew that was coming. All right. By the way, Donnie Iris alive and well at the ripe old age of 82. 20 years older than this old fossil, but apparently he's still rocking. And the song Aaliyah reached number 29 in the Billboard Hot 100 back in 1980. There you go. All right, let's hit the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. And let me get back on the YouTube chat as well.
Chris in Tulsa says, Chavez, Verhulst, Beers, and Sahara Williams in the starting line next year will feed families.
Yeah, and people are telling me Verhulst is coming back. She's listed as a senior, got that extra year, which is good. They've got a chance, man. They've got a chance. No doubt about it to be, Jenny's already got a really good program that's only getting stronger, and you add her to the mix. They could be in the Final Four with a chance maybe to win this next year. We've seen transformative players change programs. We saw Courtney Paris do it at OU. Stacey Dales to a certain extent. But Wayman Tisdale. Wayman wasn't the number 1 recruit. I think he was maybe number 3. I think Benoit Benjamin was the number 1 that year, if I'm not mistaken. But Wayman was the top 3 national recruit. So this is a huge moment. You talk about being on a roll right now, having some momentum. Gina Baranchek in that program definitely have it, no doubt. All right, 405-651-3439. Ken Epelmeyer, Chevrolet text line.
A 405 listener asks, do we know when she will actually sign? I do not know when she will actually sign.
I don't know either, what that date is. And so you're saying you still have to fend off the Sand Aggies?
I think that's maybe the insinuation there. Well, don't matter much at all till she shines. We know what commitment's worth these days.
Harold Ham finally ponied up. What? I mean, really, he's only built a diabetes center and given millions. Yeah, it was Harold Ham got on the phone last minute. Give me Chavez.
Brandon from the 405 says, shout out to Trey Young and his family. Love the support/recognition they give OU in the city of Norman.
Yes.
They are true Sooners through and through.
Big time. Ray and Trey doing great things. Care about the city, and Trey is having another all-star year. Fantastic. All right, on the YouTube chat, Porter did good getting Jeremiah Fears, but the problem is he's going to be a lottery pick if he stayed and continued to build a team. Maybe could have been a contender. It could have been somebody. I could have been a contender. That was the best picture that year. It was a young Marlon Brando on the waterfront. But yeah, the men's game obviously is very different, no doubt. But it was great to see Jeremiah Fears get a year in Norman. He was exciting. There's no doubt about it.
Chris from Knoxville has answered our question.
Okay.
Or the texter's question. Women's basketball signing period is April 16th through May 21st.
Okay.
We'll take your word for it, Chris.
There you go.
A 740 listener says, that's the state of Ohio, by the way. Will this commit get Jenny B some portal commits we might not normally have gotten without the incoming 5-star? I mean, no doubt, this drastically impacts the public perception of your program. This cements Oklahoma as one of the teams to watch in women's college basketball next season. One of those teams that you expect to be in the hunt for a title.
You know who else helped down the stretch, apparently? MJ. Jordan Brand. Also.
Really? That was a big deal?
Didn't I hear yesterday that somebody said that did Michael Jordan have some kind of a message or something? We'd have to go ahead and Google it up, but apparently that may have been a factor as well. David from Norman, wait a minute. Does he have something different?
Yeah, he said she can sign today. This is late for the basketball signing period. I don't know if he's right or if Chris from Knoxville is right. Of course, you can't count on Google anymore because it just gives you AI slop that may or may not be correct.
Well, that's pretty much true with anything these days, right? Anything you jump on, this story is fake, this story is fake. You know who does that? The politicians on both sides. They, like I said a million times, all they do is try and bullshit you to take more of your money. That's it. Both of them. They all lie. They're lying liars.
A 580 listener says, Mike Steely and Donnie Iris sealed the deal today.
Who said that?
Tana from Texas says, it appears the facilities don't keep a number 1 recruit from committing. Way to go, Jenny B.
There you go, Tana from Texas. Tana from Texas, is she new? Did we just name Tana from Texas?
No, she's been around.
Why do I not remember Tana from Texas? I remember yesterday, and she was right. She called me on the carpet. She was right. Got a little too tawdry yesterday.
Regarding Tiger Woods and his new gal?
Yeah, I did. Sometimes you need somebody to call you on the carpet and be right, and you need to learn a lesson. So thank you, Tana from Texas.
CJ Sooner in Florida says, holy crap! So used to Sooner sports taking L's. Maybe this is an end to our bad luck. Where'd they get the money for this?
I don't know. Maybe it was Wallace Marsh who came through last second. It was Donnie Iris and Wallace Marsh. That would be in. That's it.
Reformed Homer said, Boomer, Aaliyah Chavez ain't no hoe.
That's a little too close right there. You, sir? What's Audrey?
Drew from Flower Mound adds, Steely should pack a fat lip in honor.
I will do it on the way home. Kids, don't ever do it, though. Don't get started on smokeless tobacco. It is brutal and really bad for you. And, of course, I'm still an idiot and still addicted to it. I don't know. This, Parker, that's right. It does feel like Sooner Nation has taken a lot of L's lately. This is the biggest victory since what? Alabama. Right? Maybe?
Well, John Mateer.
Mateer was pretty big, too. Yeah, you're right. So what are the biggest the recent Sooner victories? Maybe Mateer 1, the Bama win 2, if you want to stretch back that far, and then Aaliyah Chavez 3.
That's fair. It's probably fair.
John Mateer's everywhere, isn't he? If Mateer gets involved in that combine, that, fun run or whatever, he gets hurt and we ain't playing a spring game and I'm canceling my tickets forever. So he seems like a really good dude and a fine leader, no doubt about it. Seems like he's enjoying his time at OU. And the early reports are all good. But like I said, you rarely hear it in the spring. Man, I tell you what, I was watching the other day, and so-and-so is just not good. Have you ever reported that?
No, I have never reported anything like that.
So you've been pumping sunshine too much, is what you're saying?
If a dude just looks like crap, I'm not going to call him out.
Why not?
Because there's no need to. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. If I'm not talking about a particular player, that's how you know, okay, there's nothing spectacular going on with that player.
This is football. This ain't Sunday school, son. You got to call it like it is. So-and-so. No, I'm just kidding.
A 405 listener says, Steely, I quit smokeless tobacco 25 years ago. You can do it.
Yeah, I know. The problem is I don't want to do it yet, which is really stupid. Kids, don't do it, I'm telling you. Dan in Madison, Wisconsin has a great one, too. I'd say Jim Nagy is way up there. And I agree. You kind of think about things that have happened, with on the field more. You don't necessarily think of an administrator. And Jim Nagy's not, I guess, really an administrator, the general manager. But that I believe is going to turn out to be a huge hire also. But this was a big win for OU today, no doubt. And Sooner fans, go ahead and celebrate. Go download the Donnie Iris song right now and help the Iris family as well.
Reno Coat said, biggest victory since Luke Northweather entered the portal.
No other. Hey, Jeff Nwanko came out yesterday and said, I ain't going nowhere, man.
Jeff who?
Jeff Nwankwo.
I just want to give you a second crack at pronouncing that last name.
Did I miss it the first time?
I don't know what you said the first time, but it wasn't.
The first time we heard the N was silent. Nwankwo.
Nwankwo, yeah.
And then Toby said, like later he heard at one time, the N was there. Nwankwo. So these pronunciations sometimes can be very tricky.
Just call him Big Jeff.
There you go.
Sooner Tie Guy says, I feel like OU has been getting lots of W's recently. A 316 listener says, you reported Spencer Brown looked like crap. Yeah, not in practice. Like, I don't mind saying, like, if it's in a game.
Yeah.
If it's in a game and we can all say, we can all see with our own eyes, okay, this guy is not good. I'm not going to shy away from saying this guy is not good. Spencer Brown was not good.
The Michigan State offensive tackle. Yeah. Where does Fasusi rank? Fasusi's way up there, too. Yeah, that's another good one.
Patrick says, whoever made sure we got Chavez obviously does not want to pony up money for Porter and players. I'm curious to see what the men's staff does in the portal. and how much money is actually spent. Because I know it's been said that they're going to spend more money. Is that actually true?
I'll tell you what, Thune, you know what they's going to do. They're going to get the whole damn Kennesaw State roster in here, and that's how it's going to happen. All right? Now, be serious. How many guys from Kennesaw State did the football team get? 2? Tight end and a punter? Is that right? 3?
3. Yeah, tight end, punter, kicker.
Oh, the kicker, too. That's right, because for at least 3 weeks, we just got the entire Kennesaw State roster. You actually got 3 is a pretty significant number, but kickers and punters don't count. We know that. Actually, they do.
They're on scholarship, Steely, so yeah, they count.
That's right. When you need that clutch field goal, they count. Just like Tim Lasher back in the day with Lasher Home Comfort Systems. You know what? I think I'm going to play some Donnie Iris on the way home. In fact, I'm dadgum sure of it. Oddly, it will be blasted at least one time. Chavez is a Sooner. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you.